guys, I'm with SG-1 Tony, back for another Star Trek, the official Starships collection. This time we've got 81, yeah, the Xindi-Reptilian Warship. So now we've got three Xindi ships. We've got the Aquatic, the Insectoid, and now the Reptilian. So, and as per usual, you get the glossy magazine and the ship itself, but more on that in a little while. So, let's get cracking on. As you can see, I'm back into my usual locale. I have my computer, Majel. She's purring like a kitten. Oh, she's been upgraded, she's been repaired, and oh yeah, she's had a full matrix overhaul. So, specification. Operated by the Xindi-Reptilians, type warship, in operation 22nd century, length 150 metres approximately, crew 22, propulsion, subspace vortex, weaponry, directed energy beams, torpedo projectiles. And then we get a beautiful CG render of the ship itself, same one from the front cover, that's not a bad thing. It's a really weird design, if I'm honest. Of all the Xindi ships, the Reptilian Warship looked less like a conventional starship and more like a graceful organic marine animal. Its flowing lines and highly stylized tendrils allow it to... that flowed from the back of the ship gave it an almost ethereal appearance. It looked like it could be deceptive as it was... It could be deceptive as it was heavily armed and extremely lethal. All Xindi could emit a phase deflective pulse, which opened... I don't know where I got a polaron from there. Phase deflective pulse, which could open subspace vortex, and that would... and then entered before accelerating to high warp speed. I don't know. I can't talk anymore. Then we've got some lovely images of various episodes. We've got some Xindi-Reptilians eating mice, I believe. Which I think is the episode Countdown, I think we do that. And then we've got some beautiful CG render there. Then we've got it travelling through the subspace vortex. Commander Dolan was the leader of the Xindi-Reptilians. They were the most militaristic of the Xindi species, and Dolan was considered particularly ruthless even among his species. Rumour has it that he killed his grandson because he was born with a deformity. Dolan believed that reptiles should rule over all the Xindi species, and it was the most ardent in calling for a super weapon against Earth. And then we've got a topographical view there, which is really nice, highlighting various areas of the ship, including deflector dish, main bridge, torpedoes, the port starboard engine, subspace vortex generator. But it makes no mention, that's upside down, it should be like that. It makes no mention of the tendrils at the back there. Shadow vessels from Babylon 5 had a similar arrangement. Basically what would happen in those is when they were attacked, they would shunt a lot of the energy out along those tendrils, so maybe something is happening with those. Some of the technology used by the Xindi-Reptilians engineered life forms known as technolava. Sounds like a thrash metal band, doesn't it, from the sort of early 90s? Technolava, raw. These small creatures powered their weapons and could be removed. And if one was removed, another technological quickly grew back in its place. Dr. Phlox was greatly impressed by these worm-like creatures, calling them the most sophisticated example of biomechanical engineering he'd ever seen. And he'd seen the binars. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera there. There we are. Reptilian warships were equipped with sensor encoders. These devices were designed to survive if the ship crashed or was destroyed, allowing the salvage teams to determine why the ship had been lost. Despite their different species, all different appearances, all Xindi species shared 99.5% of their functionally important DNA, making them more similar to each other than humans are to chimpanzees. First prototype superweapon attacked Earth, cut a swath of destruction from Florida to Venezuela. Piloted by a Xindi-Reptilian soldier, he was killed when his vessel self-destructed, but all Reptilian soldiers are implanted with a suicide gland that they could use when captured. Oh, excuse me. And then my Xindi-Reptilian Warship with an unusual colour scheme. I quite like this one. The sort of purple and blue colour and the green there. That's really nice. It looks kind of like a Delta Quadrant ship, I would say. It's really cool. By creating CG sketches, Doug Drexler came up with a truly original concept for the Xindi-Reptilian Warship in no time at all. Good old Doug. And then we've got some pre-CG renders, sort of, work in progress there. Starting with that one and ending with that one, and obviously keeping similar design ethics in aesthetics rather into the design. And then there we have a fully realised Xindi warship, but before it's given any colours or anything. And then we've got Xindi fleet listings, and it's showing you different vessels used by the Xindi. Because we've got the Xindi warship, what we're talking about here. We've got the Xindi insectoid ship, which we've had in the past. We've got the Xindi insectoid assault shuttle, Xindi insectoid patrol ship. And then we've got the aquatic cruiser, which we've got as well. And then we've got the aquatic scout, which looks like a Manean vessel. I say it does look a lot like a Manean vessel. Then we've got the arboreal ship, which is that one there. Then we've got the primate ship, which is that one. And then we've got Degra's little vessel as well. Then we've got the Xindi shuttle, which is a bit nondescript, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, there's going to be a 6 alien race, Xindi race called the Avians, which were obviously going to be bird-like. However, they were killed out and killed off. They're extinct, and so that's why the council was created, the Xindi Council. And then we've got the on-screen first appearance in Ranjiin, designed by Doug Drexler. In the Star Trek episode Carpenter Street, actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, pictured below, played a Xindi-Reptilian scientist who was sent back to 2004 Earth to develop a bioweapon which could destroy humanity. Morgan is perhaps best known for playing Danny Darkette in Grey's Anatomy, or the comedian in the film Watchmen, or more recently he's played Jason Caruso in The Good Wife, opposite Juliana Margulies, and Negan in The Walking Dead. Yes, Negan, fucking hell. The Xindi-Reptilian costumes were created by Bob Blackman, who repurposed the outfits that had been worn by the Remans in Star Trek Nemesis, making them more user-friendly for the actors in Enterprise. Blackman removed the breastplates and reconfigured the suits to be separate pieces rather than a single piece. The main view screen on the Xindi warship was in fact a reuse of the view screen that had been used on the USS Defiant NX-74205 in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And then we've got, coming next time, which is the Warp Delta. And then we've got the top view of the ship. Now this is straight now, because it's been in a box for about 3 or 4 days. Got a nice crease down the side there, which is lovely. So yeah, now on to the ship itself. We have a very nice, oh nearly dropped it, a very nice Xindi warship. Yeah, it's very cool indeed. Forgive all the red in my nail beds there. Went out dressed as a zombie on Halloween, and it's fake blood, which I can't seem to get off. I've got it all over me face and neck and everywhere, and all over my arms and legs and everywhere. It's horrendous. I can't get it off anyway, so that's the reason why. So yeah, it's got some really nice sculpted detail in there. It's got a real flat profile, I think you'll find, making it quite a hard target to attack. Actually, it's really nice. I like the deflector dish. Could have been nice purple plastic, but it doesn't matter, I don't think, for this one. You've got the weapons nodes there. You've got the port and starboard nacelle there. And you've got this really nice... It's almost like a sculpture made out of animal bones. Yeah, or like a fossil of a trilobite or something. It's quite nice, quite like these purple bits there, and this section here. And I do believe the main bridge is it's embedded in this section here. But it's really nice. It's got real, like I say, a real thin profile. And these tendrils that stick off to the back, really nice. But mine aren't straight. But I don't think there's nothing I can do about that without snapping them off, which I'm not going to do. It adds a bit of character, makes it a little bit asymmetrical, I think. So it's kind of a nice, nice little touch. But yeah, it's really nice. It is the wrong colour. That is one big thing. In the episodes, and even on the back there, it's kind of more of a terracotta kind of colour. This is more of a yellow. This is the colour that the Cardassian warship should have been, I think. And that's the colour of... Yeah, because the Cardassian warship is a bit dark, so I think they got the colours mixed up, because this is definitely Cardassian in colour. But yeah, it's a really nice ship. I like it. If you like your alien ships, get it. If you're an Enterprise fan, get it. If you're a Star Trek fan, get it. Enterprise gets a bad rap, I feel. I loved Enterprise. I thought it was a brilliant series. I think it should have come before Voyager, I feel. Because Voyager, a bit of a letdown, I thought. For me, that's just a personal opinion. It is good in parts. I mean, a lot of the early stuff was a lot better than it later became. Don't get me wrong, there are some really cool episodes dotted throughout the series, but generally, though, I think Voyager wasn't the best of series, and I think that at that point, it could have done with the rest, I feel. I think now would have been the perfect time to bring Enterprise out. But I really enjoyed Enterprise, and it was kind of... I liked the harkening back to, what would become in the future, and, particularly... I love the Borg episode. Now, I got... That episode itself gets a lot of bad rep, due to the fact that Voyager really the Borg overstayed their welcome a bit. But I really liked that episode. I like the fact that it was setting things up, and it's kind of like a nice loop back. It's like a proper complete time loop. But I'm getting off topic here. Yeah, Enterprise is a great series. Get it watched. But yeah, it's a really nice ship. I really like this one. The Enterprise ships they've been doing have been great. I've really enjoyed a lot of the Enterprise ships. Actually, we've got 3 in this last few weeks. But yeah, I mean, look at the detail we've got on there. So I like the kind of like bones, and you've got all this sculptured detail in there, and you got this section here. Yeah, it's really cool. So and it fits on its stand a bit loosely, because you get the plastic connector, and then you get it's upside down. You get Xindi-Reptilian Warship, and it fits on the stand a bit dubiously is the best word to describe it. Dubiously, but it fits on there, and it looks pretty cool actually. It's going to look great next to my other Xindi ships. So that's me. That's the Xindi Reptilian Warship, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye for now.